Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Forbes staff writer, Zach Everson. Zach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me back, Brittany.
I'm excited to talk about this next story. A spokesperson for New Jersey's Attorney General recently made an announcement regarding a fine for one of Trump's New Jersey golf courses. Before we get into that update, let's take a step back. Can you refresh us on the case first?
Sure. So in 2015, a person left Trump's golf course in Colts Neck, New Jersey. The person was 35 years old, got into his Mini Cooper along with his father, and proceeded to flip and roll the vehicle, ejecting his father from the seat and killing him. He was charged with vehicular homicide and later pled guilty to it. Was sentenced to 3 years probation in 2018. The legal issues with the Trump started popping up in about 2019.
And why did they start popping up if the driver said that he did it, he served his time?
Right. I don't know. I don't know what took so long, but it was in 2019 that the New York State alcoholic-beverage control, which is part of the Attorney General's offices there, sent a letter to Trump saying, we are looking to revoke your liquor license, citing two issues. One of them was over-serving the driver, and then the other one was serving alcohol in places that the license didn't apply to. Basically, it seems like it revolved around liquor service out on to golf courts that are out on the course.
And Zach, to your knowledge, for crimes involving excessive alcohol, is it common to punish the business who served it?
You'll see that a lot where they'll go after. I mean, there is a responsibility there that they're not supposed to serve people who have already been overserved, and to keep a lid on that. Now, we don't know what the blood alcohol content was of this person. We don't know any of the other circumstances. The New Jersey police just said it was over the limit. So I don't know exactly what the deal is there, but the Trumps did plead no contest to this.
So they pled no contest, and then what happened next?
They agreed to a $400,000 fine, and that agreement came out in 2021. Now, what Trump also has a history of not necessarily paying what he should. We saw this a lot with his charitable, with the Trump Foundation. So I followed up on this one. I was wondering if he actually did go ahead and pay this. How's that working out? So I reached out to the New Jersey Attorney General's office last week, and they confirmed that yes, he is paying it. What we did learn, though, is that he didn't pay it all at once. They actually got on an installment plan where they are paying $100,000 a year for 4 years. So it doesn't sound like there's any interest on that plan either. So far they've paid $200,000. I will be following up in October to see if they've made the latest installment on that plan.
So Zach, can you break down what he has paid versus in the past maybe what he hasn't paid?
Sure. So, obviously taxes are one of the big contentious issues here where, the IRS is still auditing him, trying to find out if he's paid enough or not. We know a congressional committee got his tax returns, although now that the House is flipped, that committee is no longer interested in it. But a lot of the, Trump not following through on his commitments to pay stem from charitable work. David Fahrenthold, when he was at the Washington Post, won a Pulitzer for following up on Trump's promises to pay charitable donations and not doing so. His Trump Foundation ended up getting the New York Attorney General rather shut it and fined him $2 million for misappropriating charitable funds. There was a celebration, a telethon for veterans that Trump held, where the money did not go to charity until Fahrenthold followed up on it. So he has paid his fines. That's a legal issue, but it is always worth following up to see if Donald Trump is paying what he should.
And on the donations front, is it illegal to not pay those when you promise you will?
Yeah, I mean, it's misusing the tax code. The Trump Foundation there was registered as a nonprofit, and it didn't follow through on its commitments. And there was plenty of evidence that the Trumps were in fact profiting from this. So, that would be why they were shuttered and fined $2 million. And I believe Donald and I think it was Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka were all sentenced to take courses in proper management of nonprofits.
And I do want to talk about the size of the fine for this type of business and the crime surrounding this. Is this a sizable fine?
It seems pretty substantial. I don't have much else to compare it to, especially, looking down into New Jersey, but you don't see many headlines about $400,000 fines being doled out to golf courses all that often.
Zach Everson, thank you so much.
My pleasure.